For many Latino immigrants in Miami, this is the first stop on their path to citizenship. At Casa, a Colombian community center, frequent drives help people kickstart the process of becoming American. These days, most of them are non-Cuban Hispanic and more likely to vote Democrat.
2008 and basically the next decade may see substantial changes in the political preference of the Hispanic community.
Cubans dominate Miami politics and they vote at extremely high rates. Other Latinos are growing in numbers, but vote much less. So will they have an impact on this election?
Most of these guys, they are just motivated for the election process.
Casa's citizenship application numbers have doubled in the past 2 years.
And because they say, I would like to vote. Do you think that I'm going to be ready for the election?
Y poder tener voz y voto, que es muy importante, para poder definir y tomar decisiones donde tú estás viviendo. Sí, esperamos de que podamos poder tener ese privilegio.
And after that, he has to take the test.
You think so? I almost do.
Gerardo Gomez also has a green card, but citizenship is a few years away for him. Still, he looks forward to voting. He arrived on his parents' work visa, but couldn't go to university for 2 years due to stalled immigration paperwork. It's something he won't forget when he finally gets to the ballot box.
And I think that's something that politicians should listen, that we are following what they're voting and we are following their track records, and rest assured we will not forget, how people vote. We're here in this country, we're staying. I'm becoming a citizen in a couple of years and I will not forget.
To vote, Gerardo will join a line like this one. Today, 4,000 people have come to Miami Beach Convention Center to become Americans. The majority are non-Cuban Hispanics.
All the other Hispanic groups have a tendency to vote Democratic. Why? Because they're lower socioeconomic. They need government, not only for health and education, but also from an economic point of view.
I prefer Democrat. The gas is too expensive now.
We just want to move on through this recession and make it better.
War? I don't want war anymore. The gas is super expensive now.
And campaigning among them is Raul Martinez, a Democrat who is hoping to take a congressional seat from a 16-year Republican incumbent. His district is predominantly Cuban-American, but this November he is also hoping to harness newly minted citizens.
The strategy is to try to win the other Hispanics that are not Cuban-Americans, and then try to bring in all the Democrats that are in the district and bring in all of the independents.
Martinez's Republican opponent, Lincoln Diaz-Balart, is the favorite son of the Cuban exile community, popular for his impassioned anti-Castro politics. He's got a firm grip on this community, and they vote.
The loss of the homeland and the ability to participate in the affairs of the country of origin, that has a direct effect on the participation, the intensity of participation of Cuban Americans.
Democracia USA, a nonpartisan group, is trying to increase participation among all Latinos by focusing exclusively on registering Hispanic citizens to vote. They plan to register 31,000 new voters for the November elections.
Cubans have decreased here in South Florida, whereas the rest of Latinos have increased.
And that trend is playing out back at the naturalization ceremony. The Cubans are now outnumbered by the other Latino groups.
Colombians are now, I think, the second most important group. I think other countries in South America, especially the Venezuelans, are now growing in importance, in numbers.
So are Peruvians and Nicaraguans, like 27-year-old Nicaraguan Maria Cabrera.
My family and I honestly tend not to talk about politics with them.
They were a Republican family, until now.
It's just because everybody's Republican and they've been Republican for many, many years. I'm allowed and I'm entitled to make my own decision based on the information and all the knowledge that I can acquire.
Outside, a pack of volunteers awaits the flood of new citizens.
Congratulations. Republican, do you like to be Republican?
The local elections are promising a lot more fireworks than local elections in the past. And in many ways, the result of this election is going to be a very important kind of benchmark for how things may be changing.
And on the ground, the change looks like this. As soon as Bolivian Nestor Aramal gets his citizenship, he makes a beeline to the registration booth.
One of the most important things is that I want to have all the rights to vote and to participate in all the decisions for this country.
With that, Nestor joins an emerging political force that could swing November's elections, if they actually show up at the ballot box. Reporting from Miami, this is Elizabeth Mendez-Berry for News 21.